Hey everybody, it's Ron from Pick Dawgz, and this is Ron's Bank Shop Breakdown. We're going to go over 5 college basketball games for Wednesday, January 8th, 2025. Now, if you like what you see, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to put your college basketball picks in the comments section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games I love the most in college hoops and other sports, you can find those at the Premium Picks tab at pickdawgz.com. There's also a link in the description. Alright, here we go. Here are the games for Wednesday in college hoops. First up, we'll go to the Big East as Yukon takes on Villanova. This one's 6:30 Eastern on Fox Sports 1. I expect a pretty high-scoring game. We got two strong offenses, not so great defenses, and two teams that take a ton of threes and make them at a good rate. For me, the difference maker in this game is while both three-point defenses are struggling, Yukon doesn't really give up many three-point attempts throughout the game. They give up far fewer three-point attempts than Villanova. The Villanova Wildcats defense gives up about 38% of its points via three-point jumpers. So that's exactly what you're looking for if you're Yukon, because Yukon, like we mentioned, takes a ton of threes. They earn a lot of assists on their threes as well. They have good ball movement, take care of the basketball, a lot of second chance opportunities. So I think Yukon has a big day offensively. We've seen them score a lot of points in recent games along this win streak. Even in the game against Providence where they failed to cover, we took Providence in that game, they still put up 87 points. So I think we see Yukon in the 80s again. I think they win this game and cover the number. I'd lean towards the over, but give me Yukon to win and cover. Next up, we have Temple and East Carolina. This one's going to be a 7 p.m. Eastern start time on ESPN+. This is a game where I think we're getting a really good price with the home team due to recent results. You look at the records on paper, Temple at 9-5 straight up, 1-0 in conference play, while ECU is 0-2 in the AAC so far. They're now only 8-7 straight up. They've lost their last 3 games, 6 of their last 7, so definitely struggling. But I still think when you look at ECU, a fundamentally sound team that forces turnovers, takes care of the ball, is a good offensive rebounding team, gets to the free throw line often, and is actually not too shabby of a free throw shooting team. Their struggles have been on the perimeter this year where they're not shooting the 3 ball well, and they're also not defending the perimeter very well. But Temple is a team that doesn't take many threes. They only score about 25% of their points from the perimeter, and they're not so great. They're right around 200th in the country in three-point shooting. So I don't think Temple is going to be able to exploit the weaknesses of East Carolina's defense. And I don't like Temple's defense too much on the other side, where they're ranked 282nd in defensive rebounding percentage. I think ECU, a bad shooting team, is going to get a lot of second-chance looks, a lot of free throw attempts, and I think ECU wins this game. Like I said, we're getting a great price because of recent results. Give me East Carolina in this one. Next up, we have Dayton and UMass. This one, 7 p.m. Eastern on Peacock. Dayton looked like a tough spot for him on paper against George Washington on Saturday, but I did not expect a 20-point blowout loss for the Flyers in that game. And yes, they've lost 2 of their last 3, but I still think this is the team to beat in this conference. I look for them to bounce back in this one, win this game, and cover on the road. UMass, for me, just not strong enough offensively to keep up for 40 minutes, and even the defense is ranked outside the top 200 in adjusted defensive efficiency. UMass does a decent job on the offensive side of taking care of the ball, getting up decent looks, but they're one of the worst shooting teams in college basketball, ranked 329th in effective field goal percentage, 317th in free throw percentage. I think Dayton scores, kind of picks its number offensively. I don't think UMass has the offense to keep up. Give me Dayton in this one for a bounce-back win and cover. Next up, it's Drake and Bradley. This one's 7 p.m. Eastern on CBS Sports Network. Drake was one of the final remaining teams that were undefeated in Division I, but it lost its last 2 games in conference play to Murray State and Illinois Chicago. I still think Drake is the best team in this conference. Bradley's right there as well, but I like Drake in this matchup. I have mentioned I think Bradley a little bit overvalued. We faded Bradley against Valpo, and that was a game where we took a stab on Valpo money line. It was very close, went to double overtime. Bradley ended up prevailing by 6 points, but didn't come close to covering that 14.5-point spread. And recently, Bradley's not been great against the number. Another win last time out against Missouri State where they failed to cover as a double-digit favorite. I think fundamentally Drake is the much better team, shot quality as well. Bradley is a great three-point shooting team, but Drake does not give up many open looks from the perimeter, only giving up about 28% of their points via three-point field goals. I think Drake matches up well. I think Drake, we're getting a great price with him because of the recent results. Give me Drake in this one. And the final game we're going to talk about for the Wednesday card in college basketball, it's Virginia and Cal. This one, 11 p.m. Eastern on ESPNU. Cal in its last couple of games, despite losing on the road by double digits, actually covered in both of those games against Pittsburgh and Clemson. And honestly, I think Cal is the much better team in this matchup. And because of the 3 losses in a row and 6 losses in their last 7, we're getting a pretty good price with the Bears in this game, even at home. I think fundamentally Cal is much stronger shot quality wise on both sides of the ball. Virginia, I mentioned at the beginning of the season, I think this team finishes near the bottom of the ACC. I like Cal in this one at home. I'm laying the points. And that's it. Those are the games for Wednesday in college basketball. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe and put those college hoops picks in the comment section below. Again, if you're looking for my best bet, you can find those at Pick Dawgz Premium. As always, this is Ron Romanelli. Good luck.